brothers rock Jesus pieces, but they really don't know Jesus. Just know that he's the seed, and please believe it. We got the keys to the kingdom. We'll never be defeated. Evil legions, all of these demons. I know you see them scheming, please believe it. We got the keys to the kingdom. We got the keys for these brothers rock Jesus pieces, but they really don't know Jesus. Just know that he's the seed, and please believe it. We got the keys to the kingdom. We'll never be defeated. Evil legions, all of these demons. I know you see them scheming, please believe it. We got the keys to the kingdom. We got the keys to the keys to the.
God so loved the world, and he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
So when we read that, what are we told who that's talking about? God. But is that talking about everybody? Yes. Why would that say? Why you say yes?
It's the Son to everyone.
It's the Son to everyone, right?
Yes.
Now get Revelations 21. You know I want, right? Start at verse 12. I'm going to show you something.
Go ahead.
Because Revelation is the last book, right?
Yes.
So the kingdom of heaven is in Revelations, right?
Yes.
Get that.
Book of Revelation, chapter 21 and verse 12. It had a wall great and high. It had 12 gates.
Uh-huh.
And at the gates, 12 angels.
So why would they have angels at the gates?
To keep people out.
Right? So protection, right?
Yeah.
Like bodyguards, basically, right? Go ahead.
And it had a wall great and high. It had 12 gates. And at the gates, 12 angels. And names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
So why would it say in the kingdom of heaven, the children of Israel on there, but John 3:16 says for the whole world?
The whole world, yeah.
So you ever ask yourself, okay, what is that talking about? Because God is not all the confusion, right? So now we have to know, okay, who is this world talking about?
Yeah.
So who did Christ come for? You say the whole world, right?
Yeah.
Give me John 18 and 20. Let's let Christ himself talk. And that's what we got to be retaught, because we had to be retaught, because at one time we used to think the whole world meant everybody. But Christ's going to tell you who the whole world is. So now that's going to give you the understanding of what that just spoke about in Revelation 21 and 12. John 18, 20.
It's the book of John, chapter 18 and verse 20.
Uh-huh.
Jesus answered him, I spake openly to the world. I ever taught in the synagogue and in the temple, whither the Jews always resort.
So Christ called the Jews the world.
Yeah.
So who is the world according to Christ?
The Jews.
The Jews.
Yeah.
So now your question should be, okay, who are the Jews then?
Yeah.
Because if I'm not a Jew, who are they?
Yeah.
That should be your question, right? So where you say you come from?
I'm from Texas.
You're from Texas.
Yeah.
So what nationality would you say you are?
Well, Mexican.
Mexican, right. Yeah. Don't you got the Issachar book? I want to show you. Your true nationality, your true name is Issachar. See, this is why I said we have all these books out here, because we are actually brothers. They will put us against each other. You know, I didn't live in Texas, in Fort Hood and all that. I lived in Oklahoma, okay? I know how they put us against each other. But your nationality is right here. Now, it said the 12 tribes, right? Read that one of the 12 tribes in Revelation 21, Revelation 7. Let's get the one. Let's get straight to the point before we show the brother this. Revelation 7. Start with verse 4.
Book of Revelation, chapter 7 and verse 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
So now those 12 tribes about to be named, right? Go ahead.
Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Asher were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Naphtali were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Manasseh were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Simeon were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Levi were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Issachar were sealed 12,000.
So we tell you Issachar, right? Now, go ahead and read that. Read that for me.
Yeah, read that.
So these are the books. So this is the history we've been telling you that we haven't been had. We haven't been given.
1500s.
So this is the 1500s, right?
The Origins of the American Indians by Lee E. Huddleston.
Because they say, yes, where your heritage come from, right? Now watch this.
The only other writer this author found who accepted the Issachar variation of the 10 lost tribes theory was Balthazar de Medina. In his Crónica de la Santa Provincia de San Diego, de Mexico.
In what?
De Mexico.
So what do they call the people that's so-called Mexican? Issachar. You see that? That's your true nationality. That's who you are. So that shows you that you have the rights to the kingdom of heaven. Your name is actually written on the kingdom of heaven, the tribe of Issachar. That's who they call the so-called Mexicans today. Keep going.
Although Medina thought the South Americans and Yucatans were descendants of the Gentile Ayquitan, father of Ophir, the Mexicans are originally of the 10 tribes captured by Salmanessar and of the family of Issachar.
So that's your history right there. That's what it goes back to.
I want to show them this real quick, this ancient map of Africa. You see this right here? You see this right here? Ephraim. You see that? So show them on the back of the flyer. You see the back of the flyer. See who Ephraim is today? Those are your Puerto Ricans. You see that?
Yeah.
So this is the history they're not trying to tell you.
Yeah.
So a lot of these books here, we got books from the 1400s, 1500s that tell how your ancestors came to America and how they know who they are. So just like in Mexico where you got the Aztecs and you got the same pyramids there like you got in Egypt, how is it that they got the same pyramids? Because the same people that built those pyramids over there built the ones in Mexico. It's the same people. So that's what, so they know that, but they're not ever going to tell you that. You understand that?
So now you know that when Christ is saying, I came for the world, what world is he talking about? The Jews, which qualifies you as what? The tribe of what? Issachar. That's what they qualify you as, right? I want to show you something else real quick. I want you to read this right here. Now, I'm going to get Acts 13 and 1 real quick. I'm going to show you something else that they call us in Texas. Like I said, all these books we showing you, this is all your true history. We've done the research because our leadership has shown us to do the research to be able to show you this information where somebody can't lie to you, right? So Acts 13 and 1. Have you ever heard the word nigger? You ever heard the word nigger? Who they call niggers? So-called blacks? They ain't call Mexicans niggers? Didn't know that. But we're going to show you nigger in the Bible. And then we're going to show you what they used to call Mexicans too. Go ahead, read that.
It's the book of Acts, chapter 13 and verse 1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called nigger.
Did you know that was in the Bible? They call the Israelites niggers, right? Now watch this. I'll show you this history. Let's say Africa's gift, right? Watch this.
This is
So what I'm telling you is, we was all enslaved together. They try to put us against each other. Y'all ever seen the movie 12 Years a Slave?
Yes.
And you seen that one clip where they had the so-called Native Americans? You're like, what's going on? That's actually in the Bible too, because we was always enslaved together. But they put us against each other. But watch this.
This is page 91. The Mexicans had never become
So who are the Mexicans today?
They start out history.
Issachar, right? Go ahead.
The Mexicans had never become reconciled to their loss, and to make it worse, the Americans regarded them as niggers.
See that? So why would they say that? Because they knew we were the same people. We all just got dropped off in different areas. Some people got dropped off in Spain. Some people got dropped off up here in North America. We all came from the same place, Africa. You know why? Because we all come from Jerusalem. That's the mother of us all, right? Go down to this one.
They were treated as outlaws.
They were treated as what?
Outlaws.
Why? Because we had laws contrary to their laws. Now, you know when we came over here, or when y'all came over here, actually, when I say we, because we all was actually one, right? When we came over here, we left for what? To keep our laws. That's what we left to do, okay? To keep the laws of God. Read.
They were treated as outlaws and regarded as niggers.
See that? Never heard that before, have you? This is the history. Go ahead.
One white man told Olmsted why they're as black as niggers and 10 times as treacherous.
You see that? This is the history. So why was they saying all that? We never knew that, but you just read your history because that's in the Bible. Get Jeremiah 50 and 33 and then we let you go. I gotta show you this. So our history is in the Bible. Slavery's in the Bible. When we was enslaved together, it's in the Bible. From the 1400s all the way up to the 1600s, even till today. Because when you look in certain neighborhoods in Texas, who live together? Hispanics and blacks, people of color. But people don't know we one people. They try to put us against each other. Read that Jeremiah 50 and 33.
That's the American way.
That's the American way, exactly. But that's not our way. So we're waking up to who we are. We're telling you, you're not Mexican. You're not black. You're a Judite. You're an Issacharite. Right? Read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, The children of Israel.
Children of Israel, which is northern kingdom, which is the tribe y'all come from, because we had a split, right? So you have the northern kingdom and then you have the southern kingdom, okay? Read.
The children of Israel and the children of Judah.
The children of Judah, go ahead.
Were oppressed together.
We're oppressed together in slavery and oppressed together again today. So when it says world, that's talking about us, the Israelites. It's not talking about everybody else. And that's the history we're out here showing, okay? And that's what we're showing on our people. And we have leadership that's all Hispanic everything. We all over the world. We're in Mexico. Trust me, believe that. We all over the place. We're in Texas. I'm sure you might have seen us in Texas. We're everywhere. California, anywhere you can think. India, Japan, Africa, everywhere. We're everywhere. Why? Because we're here to wake up the 12 tribes to who they are again. And that's what we're out here teaching our people. So that's the history. Yes, sir. We definitely wanted to show you that history. I know y'all down here, so definitely, you know, when y'all do go in these museums, y'all been in this museum yet?
Not yet. We just got here.
When y'all go in this museum, you're going to see one section. It's in the corner. So you're going to see all this African-American, right? Southern history. And you're going to see in the corner where they have Northern Kingdom or Mexican, Hispanic history. Why? Because we was oppressed together. They put that in the corner. Because they don't want you to know we was together. And that's going to be in there. You're going to see that. And when you go in this museum, if you go in here, you're going to see slave ships. That's how our people came over here to America. That's how our people came over here from Spain, came over here from Africa. Then they would take us back and bring us back over. And all that stuff. They kept transferring us on slave ships. And the Bible say that we was going to come over here on slave ships. They say the Israelites was going to come over here on slave ships. And so when y'all go in these museums, make sure you're looking at that history. This is why this right here looks like an upside down pyramid, because this is Egypt. That's why you see the monument right here, because this is Egypt. The White House is one block up the street, right? This is Egypt. This is spiritual Egypt in Sodom and Gomorrah. We are oppressed together where? Here in Egypt again. Get that real quick before they leave. Deuteronomy 28:68. Just to show y'all. Because when you think about the word bondage, what does it mean? Oppression or constraint, right? Go ahead.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Remember, Egypt is what? Bondage or constraint. This is Egypt. Again, with what?
With ships.
Did we not come over here in slave ships? This is the Bible. Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
We will see our homeland again, Jerusalem, until Christ comes back. Okay? Go ahead.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Not our people sold? Your foremothers, your forefathers, my foremothers, my forefathers, no other nation that happened to. That was sold. They try to say other people came on slave ships. That's not true. Your people weren't sold like our people were sold. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
And to who?
Unto your enemies.
Say sold unto your enemies. Meaning what? I'm going to take your nationality. I'm going to take your identity. I'm going to oppress you. I'm going to exploit you. Read.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
So slave men and slave women. And watch this.
And no man shall buy you.
And no man shall save us until who? Christ. We had a lot of people that tried. No man was able to save us. That's our history. This is our true history. We've been taught that the Bible means God is love. No, this is our history book. This tells where we actually come from. This tells who we actually are. This tells when you came over here to America. Did you know that? When did they say the Indians came to America? Nobody knows, right? Did y'all know that's in the Bible? Read that. Second Ezra. This is what we're trying to tell y'all, that this is our true history. I know this is the last one. I know you got
no.
But listen, this is how we're going to tell you when you came over to America. Read that.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13 and verse 4.
Because you just read in this book, you was called what? One of the 10 tribes, right? Read.
Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners.
Were carried away what?
Prisoners out of their own land. In the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
So that's where you was at. You was in the Assyrian captivity first. Okay? After the Syrian captivity came the Babylonian captivity, which where we come from. This is the captivity that we went into. But you was in the Syrian captivity. So it's about to explain, after the Syrian captivity, when we went into the Babylonian captivity about 100 years after, guess what? This is showing you coming to America. Read.
And he carried them over the waters.
Carried them what?
Over the waters.
So when you look at Africa, look at this map. Israel's up here, right? And Assyria and all that stuff was over here. So he said he carried them over the waters. Read.
And so came they into another land. And they took this counsel amongst themselves.
You do what?
That they would leave the multitude of the heathen.
Multitude of who?
Of the heathen.
Because the Assyrians were heathens. They was having us in their customs. Worshiping who? Moloch and these other gods. This is why when you look at the pyramids, we were sacrificing to Moloch. We learned that stuff over there. Okay, read.
And go forth into a further country.
Go forth to where?
A further country.
A further country. Where what?
Where never mankind dwelt.
So never mankind dwelt here at this time. So this is telling you what? This is talking about America. This is going to show you. Go ahead.
That they might keep their statutes.
That they might keep their what?
Statutes.
Their laws and all that. Go ahead.
Which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into Euphrates.
Into the what?
Euphrates.
Euphrates River, right here.
By the narrow passage of the river. Where the Most High then showed signs for them.
Showed what?
Showed signs for them.
So when you think about your history, your people do what? You can look up in the skies, you can see certain things, you can see signs. We know that. And at that time period, you would see things and the Most High said, okay, you go this way, you go that way. You can see that. That's the spirituality that y'all have, right? Read.
It showed signs for them, and held still the flood.
Held still what?
The flood.
Because the water's very hard, right? But he held still the flood. Why? Because this was ordained for you to come here to America. Read.
So they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go. Namely, of a year and a half.
I was telling you, it took you a year and a half to go around all this. Right? Go ahead.
And the same region is called Arsareth.
When you look at Arsareth, you find out in the Jewish the Jewish dictionary, it's talking about America. Arsareth is a land where no mankind dwelt. That's how you came to America. That's when you came to America. That's when your history started at. Read.
Then dwelt they there until the latter time.
Until what?
Until the latter time.
And you're going to dwell here until the last days. So you're going to be delivered here in America. That's why we out here. This is why we out here standing boldly to teach you your history. To tell you everything that's in that museum. To tell you everything in this museum. To tell you what happened right here where we're standing at. This was auction blocks. This is where all this stuff was happening at. This is your history. This is how you got to America. And that's what we out here doing. So we have all y'all history. We all family, and we want to let y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's for. So hopefully we see y'all sometime soon. Please go to Texas.
Thanks for the knowledge.
Yeah.
Thanks for the reading.
Thank you. All right, take care.
Thanks for your time. Have a blessed day.
You too.
Thank you.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
Be strong in the Lord. His word